Welcome everybody to Illustrate Radio, powered by Bliss FM. Happy Wednesday, you guys. It's your girl T Gray. I have with me my super cutie homie Chop. What up, Chop?
What's up, y'all? Happy hump day.
Yes. Happy
Glad
hump
to be
day. I
back.
ain't had you with me in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I've been working and trying to figure this whole corona thing out. You know me, I'm normally out in the streets, out and about, ripping and running, traveling and stuff. I can't do nothing. So I've been trying to get my feet, grounded on some other stuff. And I've been doing school, I've been doing, all kinds of other stuff, and I've been distracted. But I'm back now. So,
All
yeah.
right. It's good to see you. To see you. So
Thanks.
we're
Great
gonna
to
go
see
ahead
you.
and get right into it, you guys. We do hope our other co-host is able to join us, Lucky. So we'll see if she could pop
Mhm.
up. So in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna go ahead with this love and so today's love and is really it's love and double standards. There are so many double standards between men and
Yeah.
women um, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to sex, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to how much money you make, um, all the way down to the law and what is viewed as right and wrong, and this, that, and the third. So I came across this story. And it's so very interesting to me. So there's an NFL player who is anonymous, but he was on a flight on United Airlines, and apparently he got sexually harassed during the flight. He was seated next to a woman and another guy, and apparently the woman was drunk. So the woman had made a lot of comments. The man complained to the stewardess, to the flight attendants, or what have you. They didn't really do anything about it. It went so far as to the woman actually feeling up the man, touching him inappropriately. And then the guy had to stand up on the plane and say, hey, is somebody going to do something about her? And it wasn't until he stood up and started acting a little bit belligerent that, they moved her to another seat. Now, it's messed up what happened to this guy. Don't get me wrong. If somebody's touching you, if somebody's doing something to you, and in that situation, you're letting the proper person know and they're not helping you. But the reality of it is they weren't helping him on the strength that he was a man. But I feel like if you come across a drunk woman who is clearly crossing the line, you need to say something. You need to say something. Had he hit her or had he done anything to her,
Right.
he would have been hauled off to jail. If the situation was reversed, had that been a female and here you are with a drunk dude doing the same exact thing, that man would have been escorted out, flight would have been canceled, all of that. Um, the other piece of this puzzle is not only is the man remaining
Yeah.
anonymous, but in the situation as it goes through the court system, the woman is also her name hasn't been released. Now, I like to hop on stuff. Sometimes I make everything a black and white thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this one to the list. I'm gonna go ahead and say Karen showed her ass, okay? Because Karen is now the universal white lady name. Because I also feel as if this was a black woman who crossed the line, who was drunk, who was belligerent, who accosted a man, you would have seen this black woman's face plastered all over the news. Like this happened in
Yeah.
February. Here we are in May, and the story is just surfacing. If this were a black woman to have done something to that man, football player, whatever the case may be, you would have seen her face, her mama, her kids, her baby daddies,
Yeah.
all her history would have been out already. So that already tells me this is drunk white woman. And how dare you flex your drunk white woman privilege on the plane? And then when she got off, ain't shit happened. Nothing happened. Now it's marshals on all the planes, you guys. It's always law enforcement on the plane. If there isn't a flight that leaves anywhere without a law enforcement person on the plane, unless it's a private flight. Where the fuck was y'all at? Where the fuck was y'all antennas when that bitch was filling this man up? And he had to show off. Not only was she filling him up and getting him wrong, she was getting the dude beside him because both of these men are suing United Airlines. They're suing because the flight attendant didn't do nothing. I thought that was crazy, but I think it's just way too many double standards that go on in this world. And when you come down to sexual harassment of all things, I feel like that's one thing where the playing field needs to be leveled out. If I'm a man and somebody's accosting me, if I'm doing everything I can do, besides put my hands on that person, oh, you need to get them ass up off me. You need to get them up off me. Definitely. Because the only other option is for me to fuck them up. That's the only other option. Sure. And if I'm gonna be in the wrong for fucking them up, goddamn it, y'all gonna be in the wrong for letting the little white ass stay right beside me the whole time. Had to have been a white girl.
Yeah, it had to be.
Rules just don't apply. You know what I'm saying? Rules lately, everything that's going on in the world and how much stuff happens with just white privilege and things of that nature.
It's more blatant and blatant in our faces.
Oh, they been showing their ass. Karen been out here showing her ass all 2020. All 2020, Karen been showing her ass. And ain't nobody doing nothing. Not a thing. I saw on Instagram this lady. No doubt. I saw on Instagram this lady was told she couldn't go into a restaurant or whatever. She couldn't stay in a restaurant because she ain't had no mask on. So she got up and coughed in the people's face before she left.
Oh yeah, I would have hit you.
Yo, you would have got chopped in the throat. Okay.
I would have hit you. Straight up. We gotta fight now because you're playing. We gotta fight now. Ain't no way around that. We gotta fight. You coughing and stuff. That's not no joke. That ain't no I'm gonna get you back to me. We gotta fight. Yeah. Every time I see you on site kind of fight.
Of course. Of course. Man, you can't cough out here. You can't cough out here right now. You can't cough the rest of 2020. I dared somebody to cough at Christmas.
I got allergies and it's killing me because I can't breathe out here holding it in. Just because I want to spare somebody else's feelings. I'm trying to hold in the pollen in my throat. That ain't fair to me, but I'm doing it.
See,
look at this.
And we thank you, Chuck.
I'm over here trying to spare my feelings. Finna have a heart attack. But it's all right. I drink some water and I keep it moving. I ain't coughing nowhere. I ain't coughing in the air, let alone on somebody. That is just disrespectful at this point.
Mm-hmm. So y'all come on and hit us with your chalk chat.
But my chalk chat, I've been trying to find some like events because you know me, I want to do stuff. I want to be a part of stuff, but ain't nothing to be a part of. I know that BET, they were supposed to cancel their ceremony, but they are actually gonna do this virtually. I don't know how that's gonna happen. Cause I mean, even though I do get it, cause I've seen like on Fox they keep doing different types of shows and stuff to where they doing like the from home. They did the home concert and then they did the watch party from home, which I like that. That watch party with Master P and his son and Raven Simone and her family and everybody comes in and they watching different stuff on that's actually entertaining. So maybe BET can pull it off, but BET to me, unpopular opinion or however you put it, whatever, I don't believe that they're out of all the award shows, I think theirs is like at the very bottom anyway. So it really doesn't matter. But I could be wrong. They've been stepping their game up lately, but from what I can tell, they might get some. People gonna view in. Tune in just to see what's going on. But I doubt that it's gonna be a success for real. Seeing as though, we can. This is gonna be like what the 5th or 6th event that we've done. Stay at home TV watch. Like people's attention spans are short. We getting tired of watching our favorite celebs come on and, you know, do a song or two a cappella. Because, I mean, it's not the same. Let's say lip syncing a song from a soundtrack that the audio has been put on. Like, it's to me personally, I don't really care to watch this stuff. The only thing, like I said, that I watch is the stay at home watch party thing, because that's interesting to watch it with celebrities and hear their commentating whatever their version. It's funny to watch them react to certain stuff that you see on TV and you overreact to. So that's one thing. But these little performance shows, I mean, it's not the same as watching it live and watching them do it on a stage where there's, you know, lights, camera, action, and outfits and all this stuff. Like, it's kind of boring to me. I don't want it for all of that. They do it on Instagram Live all the time. And that's another thing that, I mean, my generation could, you know, take some notes from. Had y'all not be all over the internet showing us what y'all do 24/7, singing and being naked and stuff, maybe we want to watch that more at a time like this. Like right now, I don't feel the need to want to watch them do anything at home because I see them on Instagram doing stuff at home every day. I don't care. Do not care about what they're doing. I know what their refrigerators look like. I know how their whole kitchen set up. So at this point, I'm tired of watching celebrities. I don't want to see no more about their lives. So, but maybe it will be a success. I will be watching because I want to be nosy, and I ain't got nothing to watch.
I feel you. So we're going to jump right in this spit that ish. First things first, these verses are getting not out of control. Like they got me on this roller coaster ride with these verses battles. Like it'd be good, then it'd be sucky. Then it'd be good, and it'd be sucky. And I'm like, listen. So Monica and Brandy were approached with the idea of doing a verses, which I think would be phenomenal only because their voices are amazing. But Monica says she ain't down for it. Brandy says she understood, and I understand. Monica has been very, very public about voicing. But see, she's been very public about voicing the fact that she had a lot of discontent with how they kept pitting them against each other. You know what I mean? All through the 90s, all through the biggest part of their careers, it was always one against another. Even with The Boy Is Mine, which was one of my most favorite songs at the time, the discontent and the discord that they had for each other was real. And I get that. She said, you know, she's tired of that. She's tired of being pit up against Brandy all the time. Brandy's coming at it with like, you know, we can give it a whole Jill Scott, Ericka Badu vibe, which is true. But at the same time, I don't think people really want to see that. People want to see you go blow for blow. And that would be awesome. It would be phenomenal. But I do understand why she wouldn't want to do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there's a lot of insecurity there because more unpopular opinion. I am a fan of both ladies. I think that they're beautiful. I think that they are talented in their own ways. However, singing wise, they do have hits. They do have hits to go, you know, verses. But I don't think that R&B wise, if you take away the beat, their voice, I don't know how soulful it is. For real. To me personally, I don't think that they can sing. They can sing, they can hold a tune, but I don't know if they can sing. Monica can sing a little bit more than Brandy. Yeah, Monica can sing a little bit more than Brandy. However, I don't know if they don't have that Jill Scott and Ericka Badu going on. We all know that. So I feel like there might be a little insecurity there, and that because they know that they're being compared because of their tone and how soulful or unsoulful their voices may be, that might be an insecurity there because you're gonna keep getting compared when you are like the rest. You can't really compare like they try to do a comparison between Rihanna and Beyonce. You can't compare those two because they're in two different genres doing two different things. So that's one thing.
This auntie, grandma, who that in the background?
They've never seen me record, so they don't know that this broadcast is supposed to be quiet. I got kids running, alarms, all kinds of stuff. I forgot. Yeah, they take you back and jack yourself up. Go on and wait.
I'm just gonna let this be, you know, right in there. Don't worry about it.
She over there kung fu with the alarm. Yeah, so I said that to say, Damn, it's still going?
We just gonna set the alarm when we're in the house.
Yeah.
We're not gonna wait till later.
Well, at least y'all know I'm safe in here. And can't none of y'all come get me tonight. I'm locked in.
Listen.
I wish I would have known that now, but we had hooked this up already. I don't know. Malfunction, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, I digress. It's looking quicker. This on our bitch. Oh, y'all really being ghetto. Okay, we good now. Back to the show.
You know, it's always somebody on the live or somebody in the Zoom that the fire detector don't be going on. So it's okay, Chalk. You right in line. It's all right.
Oh man, I told y'all last night, and I didn't even know I was gonna be with this part of my family. I was talking about my other part of the family. I didn't know that. I told y'all expect some ghetto-ness with my Zoom or my Vimo, whatever. My video chat is always gonna be ghetto. Something going on in the background. But yeah, back to Monica and Brandy. I feel as though there's some insecurity there, and as there should be. They do have hits, but that's because they was with the right producers and the right beats, and they put their voices on. Because I'm not gonna say they can't sing. They can sing, and they have some soul to their voice, but they ain't Patti LaBelle, they ain't Whitney, they ain't Mariah. They don't have that stuff to where like these young R&B girls can sound like them. And I mean, that's kind of, you get what I'm saying. I ain't trying to throw no shade. I'm just saying.
Who else probably, to be honest, I don't think this would be a good battle. But so Swizz Beatz is trying to work with Jermaine Dupri to have 112 and Jagged Edge. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why I forgot their name. Oh, it's because they're not important. But have 112 and Jagged Edge go head to head on a Verzuz. Now, I'm going to be honest. Jagged Edge, 112, 90s R&B, they was both my shit, okay? I'm not even going front. They was both my shit. I could hit the high notes from 112, and I could hit everybody's jump on Jagged Edge. Like, until I found out they was beating on them girls, that was my shit. But I think that people are going too far with these Verzuz battles. Like, a battle to me is how Teddy Riley, Babyface. You have a catalog, boom, hit for hit, beat for beat, lyric for lyric, not just the songs you recorded yourself, but because you produced, because you did this, because you did that. Like you have a catalog. I don't feel like Jagged Edge or 112 have a catalog. I feel like they got a few CDs. You know what I'm saying? You got a few CDs. And you probably had 3 singles off of each CD. Okay, well, after your 12 songs, my nigga, then what? What you leaving us with?
Well, they can open up somebody else's version.
That's not no battle. That's like a fight after school at 3:00.
Let them open up for somebody else.
I think they're going too far. I think it'll be like that daggone Ludacris and Nelly. Like Nelly was playing stuff people ain't never even heard before. Like, nigga, when was this a hit? It was a hit to you. Oh, you the only person who heard that song. Oh, it'll be like that. Everybody be sitting around with the stuck face like Ludacris, just waiting on the next song. I can't get with that.
Right. That was funny. Ludacris
to more stuff that I think don't need in the music.
But I don't understand. That was one Verzuz I did not like. I don't understand why they put those two together.
I don't understand either. It wasn't a fair.
Ludacris catalog is way stronger than Nelly's. I'm sorry.
Yes, most definitely. I was
like, y'all set Nelly up. Y'all put him against somebody else. Chingy maybe.
Somebody else. Need to sit there. Oh, see, now you showing off. Now you, what's somebody gonna do with Chicken Lang? What's somebody gonna do with Chicken Lang?
What's his name up? Ludacris catalog. I'm sorry, Ludacris was my favorite growing up. His songs way too grown for me, but I loved every bit of it. He used to enunciate every word. He was the best rapper of one of the best rappers of my era growing up as a kid. Cause
Yeah.
he didn't have no gimmicks or nothing. He had the most firest videos other than Busta Rhymes. Like he had that animated going on. And every
He
song, whether
did
you
have a very good video.
were watching it, it was always a hit. So
Mhm.
Ludacris, he kind of one of those bona fide number one solidified. He's like one of those what's understood ain't gotta be explained rappers to where he's the man. He's the man. I can't
So,
dispute that.
so what do you think about Bow Wow? While we on childhood rapper fame, what do you think about Bow Wow? Bow Wow said he's going to retire after his next album. Now, first off,
He should just go
who
ahead and
told Bow
retire.
Wow who told Bow Wow that he wasn't retired already? That's one. Because I feel like that's
Exactly.
where he's been. And then two, who was the other person that told him, "Oh yeah, you should do a new album"? Who told him that? Where are these people at? Okay.
Right, so I
Where-
can let them know. Stop doing them drugs, bruh. Because that's
okay, 'cause
definitely they set him up. But this is from him. This is from them blunts that Bow Wow is smoking. These people they don't exist. He's sitting on the couch and that smoke he thinks is a person that telling him stuff. That's his psyche messing with him. Because ain't nobody telling him to make the damn album.
nobody told
Don't
him.
nobody want to hear that. And I'm
And for
actually more
him to
curious
even
to
make
see.
the announcement, go ahead. Go ahead, boo.
Well,
You
I mean,
got that
I'm
delay.
curious to see, like, right. I told you that delay it be jacking me up. But he was saying that he wanted to retire and start working on his daughter's career because it's about the age that he started. And she's actually a really good dancer, like her mother, Joie Chavez. I think that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, her
Mm-hmm.
mom is a dancer, like a background dancer, or she choreographer dancer, and she's really
Mm-hmm.
good. And Shai is really good, like her mom, and I guess she's good at rapping too. And I mean, when you look at how Bow Wow had Jermaine Dupri and Snoop Dogg, all of these legends helping him out. If he still got those people in, his corner to help out, and Shai is really as, talented as her dad and her mom, then he
Mm-hmm.
might have some bucks on his head, more bucks than he made because she's pretty, she is smart, she's talented, she's all of the above to make that
Mm-hmm.
entertainment thing pop. And
Mm-hmm.
because both of her parents have been in the industry, he might be on to something with her. That's just like Beyonce's little sister Coy knows. If you work with them early, then you might have that talent to bloom into something really fantastic and become the next Chris Brown or whatever. However, he should just stop on his career to start with hers. Let's see what potential she got, because you done. You done. Your growth is done. Your career is done. I loved you, ED, but it's over.
Yes. So moving right along. I hate for my man to be done dirty. Okay. When I say my man's, I'm talking about President Obama, my president for life.
Hmm.
I hate that
Forever praise.
Trump has been doing him dirty since he got in office. Like, nigga. So every president rather has their presidential portrait hung up in the White House. This is a time honored tradition. It wasn't no surprise. It was coming. You know, why is Trump trying to block my president from having his picture up in the White House? I'm not
That's
for
called
that.
ultimate
So
jealousy and hatred.
yes, yes. So what it says is that Trump wants to bypass the ceremonial display of the portrait inside the White House. Um, and to me, when it comes to being petty, I do believe that the president of the United States is probably the most pettiest of all. Like he shouldn't even wear suits no more. He should just rock a black t-shirt that say petty AF because That's him
Yeah.
to the max. He is.
He's so
But
petty, it's childish, it's ridiculous.
in the fact that the American people just go, I mean, granted, we don't have a whole lot of choice, but it's like at some point, I feel like there should be someone in the White House that is smart enough or bold enough to say, hey, maybe let this one slide. You know what I mean? You got rid
Mm-hmm.
of the pandemic team before this pandemic happened. Okay. You got rid of the team who was
Mm-hmm.
responsible for handling pandemics that have kept us safe for years. You got rid of them, and then boom, here you go to pandemic. And then you turn around and say, oh no, it's Obama's fault. It's not. Everything that happens that doesn't go in his favor, oh, it's Obama's fault. It's not. You know what I mean? You've been playing these political
Mm-hmm.
jabs. People upset because Obama gave, what his commencement speech. And granted, yes, the undertones were very uh derogatory toward the president, but at the same time, he didn't say his name. How he's talking about you? If you feel like he's talking about you, you must have a guilty conscience. I'm always gonna be on Obama's side. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always gonna be. But to me, I
You know it.
feel like of all things, like I feel like you should not mess with tradition. You shouldn't bother with tradition. Let it be. It's not like he's there. It's not like you gotta hug him and play spades with him. You ain't gotta do that. Let the man have his
Mm-hmm.
picture up like every other president that has come before him. Even Obama was at the unveiling for Bush's thing. Now you might not agree with his concept, might not agree with what he put out in the world, but hey, this is my role, this is my duty, this is what I'm supposed to do. And it just to me shows we petty as a country. That's how I feel. I feel like we're petty as a country,
Yeah.
and we got King Petty AF
You see
sitting
racism
there.
every day subliminally.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy part. It's always subliminally right in your face. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because that's clearly a racial mark of I don't want that man to have anything. That's why all this is going on. Because he like the word Obamacare makes his skin crawl. He's trying to get that removed so bad, and for what? What reason? Because it's a very good system that works, that helps out the American people, but you want to make it seem like this black man did so much wrong when you can't get anything on him. Like he's done nothing. And he still
Mm-hmm.
won't say he says very little about you, but yet everything you open your mouth is up about is this man. You weren't moving on into either, God forbid, your second term or someone else's term uh, uh, as president. And you are still,
Mm-hmm.
you spent your whole presidency not making any legacies or, making any good, but tearing up the country and talking bad about the last president. Okay, that's over with. Even if he did fuck up a bunch of shit, he's gone. He done retired and moved on. Him and Michelle making money, doing speeches all across your country, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
Some other countries too, making buku bread off of minding their
He's
business and
making
that
much
going
more
high while
money
you staying
now
low.
than he did as president. Yeah, the president actually
Exactly. He's
doesn't make
living his
a lot
best
of.
life swimming with dolphins, and you sitting there talking bad about this man. He did what he's supposed to do as a president, and that's why we still love him. And you sitting there making these jacked up remarks about him, and you're not doing nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
You made the country 10 times worse, but yet you've got this vendetta or this grudge against him. You need to call him and ask him how he can help you. But that's too much.
Man,
That's too
he would
much
never.
for a white man to ask a black man for some help. He don't know nothing about pride. His pride is in the way, and it's dumb pride. But he
Mm-hmm.
don't care about any of that. He couldn't care less about legacy or any of that stuff. It's all about a strategic plan. There's something else bigger than what we even can imagine going on with him to make him act the way this crazy man acts. Because he gets worse and worse by the day. And I wanted to blame it on something as simple as drugs. There's something else going on that is way more than the American people will ever be able to uncover during his presidency or even life. Which I
Yeah.
don't even want to know what's going on. His life makes me afraid. I get anxiety thinking about the shit that's going on in Donald Trump's lifestyle in the in the White House and in just his personal life. Like he got a lot of shit going on. He owed people. He's in there with he's intertwined somehow with the Russians. It's a lot going on with him, and I just need him out the White House because it's detrimental to my life. All of the gang activity he been doing. Let's call a spade a spade. We want to call somebody a gang member. We can call Donald Trump a gang member. And hey, y'all gonna shut me down, lock me up. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. The man got some stuff with him. And Obama needs to be the least of the worries in his life. And he keep that man name out of his mouth because he did good, but he did right by his country. He served his country correctly. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna just go on and on and on. But that gets me fired up because he talks so bad about a man who did his job, and you sit up here killing people, you sending them back to work way before they're supposed to. When this pandemic is going on, we now see that this virus is unpredictable because it's attacking organs first. So we don't know whoever's got an underlying or hidden illness or whatever. It's gonna get that person first, and by the time they figure out that, oh geez, I might need to go to the hospital, I might need help, they're dead already because they got to go buy the kit. They got to be sweating and dying for somebody to want to give them the kit. And this is all under your, I don't know what it's called, but this is under your, presidency. So give me a break. Give me a freaking break. Like, if I could, I'd be like, yo, keep Obama's name out your mouth. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to open up my Twitter just to tag him and say, yo, 45, keep my president's name out your mouth because you up here killing people. I don't appreciate it. If you gonna figure, if you have a solution other than drinking Clorox, other than that, don't say nothing to Obama. Keep his name out your mouth because you're pissing me off. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get my water.
It's okay, girl. Drink you some water.
Piss me off, man. Piss me off, man. I'm sorry. That got me heated.
Listen, I understand. Everybody took a pause. I remember what talking about too.
Yeah, my brothers like, because everybody they're not used to me being in here doing the show, so they're like, can you hear us? Can you hear us? I'm like, yeah, but you're fine. I'm so busy in here yelling about Donald Trump, they can't hear nothing. So that gang on Donald Trump. See, that as fired up as he gets me, that's how fired up he is about Obama. But I have a reason to be that fired up. Obama ain't do nothing to him. He act like Obama did this behind our backs when we wasn't looking like, grabbing his crotch and you Donald Trump. Bitch. He ain't do none of that to you. That man ain't bothering you. It's so crazy.
We're gonna move right along to
yeah, let's move ahead. Cause
so our hot take tonight is bad quarantine habits that couples may develop. So I am not a quarantine couple. I'm in here with my kids, but I could tell you that I definitely did marry the fork and the knife since I've been on quarantine. So my relationship
haven't we all?
Okay, my marriage with the fork and the knife sometimes get messed up a little bit because the plate is my side bitch. So, between all of us, I make it happen. I try to make it work.
But that's my bad. Like I don't know it.
On some weight. Okay, face all fat, chunked up in this joint because between my husband, my wife, and
my booty been getting big. I'm loving it. I got that little tiny pudge, just a little bit that stick out of my jeans. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm thick. I'm so thick. I'm over the shoulder. I'm like, look, mommy, I done gained 5 pounds. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, woo!
But yeah, so couples in general are at home. They are Netflixing. They are chilling to the max. They are eating more. So it's definitely along the way some bad habits that could develop between couples following this quarantine. But with all the conversations that I've been having lately during my show, I have found that most couples that I talk to, they're developing some good habits because they're getting to know each other a little bit better. They're taking more walks. They're putting their phones down. They're focusing on each other a whole lot more.
That's
They're
surprising. I don't know
valuing
what couple,
their
I don't know what
time.
couples you talk about.
It's a lot of people who are just like, you know what, they're appreciating the person that they're with. They're appreciating the person that they're with. So coronavirus it puts a lot of things in check for some people, especially if you're someone who has experienced loss during this time, or you're someone who knows somebody who's been sick. It makes it more real. And then you see how devastating it could be. And it's like, yo, if I wasn't appreciating you beforehand, damn it, I appreciate you now. I'm now, and then two, I'm now forced to be in here with you all day, every day. If I'm not essential, or if the other person is essential, whatever the case may be. But now
I hear everybody
I'm
trying to
not
kick their
really
spouse out. So
talking.
much domestic violence, beating people up because they just so sick of
Oh yes, people getting their
everybody.
ass with too. But those people, they was getting their ass with before. You know, just
Yeah,
maybe not
they,
as much.
they had the issues before. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm actually, I don't know. But I see more negative than positive going on
Mhm.
with people. I see that people are not trying to get to know each other. They're more fighting. Like I'm sick of each other. People so used to being able to escape situations that they don't even, you know, try. They. I don't know. I guess it's been such an easy thing to get in your car and leave. And now that you're stuck there, it's harder. A lot of people are finding it hard to just be like, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk it out and all that stuff. I don't know. I ain't in a relationship. I'm glad I'm not because I would have broke up and kicked them out by now. So I'm
You
glad
know
I'm
what
not.
I would
But
say? I would say um I would say that if that's the stance of the relationship for real, then they ain't need to be together no way. You know what I mean? If being in the house with the person you with could make or break your relationship, what you with them for? That's a real talk.
yeah,
What do
but a lot of relationships are based off that these days. What you can do for me and what I can do for you, not because I love you. That used to be
you
the thing
right,
back in the day. That ain't the
right.
thing now. It's for security. Oh, but hold on. I wanted to mention something because it's near and dear to my heart before we got off the air. We only got like 10, 11 minutes left. So I need to say this. Everybody listen up. TV1 is celebrating Black Music Month, and they're gonna be showcasing a documentary on Go-Go. DMV
I
stand
can't with
up.
you right now.
We done made
I
it.
can't with
We
you
made it,
right now.
y'all. They gonna do a documentary on that coconut bounce beat. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all don't know how exciting this is to me. I grew up off go-go music. If you from DC, you know how serious go-go music is. I don't really know too many DC people that don't listen to go-go other than my mama. And we don't claim her, so that's fine. But the rest of DC, if you are a DC native, Virginia, Maryland, yeah, y'all get in there sometimes. But DC, stand up. I am so excited that TV1 is doing this because, I mean, it's go-go. Like, that's what
Yes.
we know for.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that to
So
me, their music is to another world. Like I could be going through anything. When I hear any of them bounce beats from any of those old bands, CCB, because I take it all the way back to CCB. That was my favorite, the first favorite bands. No Impressions, COB, TCB, Backyard. Like that, I grew up off Backyard. Backyard was like my uncle that's all he played growing up was Backyard. Like so that excites me that we're gonna be on a major network showcasing this because I mean I was so proud of the Don't Mute DC that we did. What was that last year and the year before? That's where we were like,
mhm.
we ain't playing. Y'all not gonna stop and gentrify us into not playing our culture. Just like New Orleans has a culture of what they do,
Mhm.
with Mardi Gras and how they handle, they do their voodoo soups and things like that. We have a culture of momo sauce and go-go music, and that's what we do. So you can't gentrify that. So I'm glad that people are able to showcase you know, what we do and what we do best, because that's what we do. We just DMV, D.C, baby. Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm so excited. But my producer is just like, y'all gotta say something about it. I was like, oh, I was gonna slide that in there because you know me. I got it on the back of my neck. Are you playing? Can y'all see you? Don't be looking at my neck. But yeah, I got this flag on my neck. I was like, okay, when it comes to my city. It probably got faded. I got that in like 11th grade. But I don't play it on my city, baby. I put it on my back. This was my first tattoo.
Small T grade tidbit. A lot of people do not know this at all whatsoever, but my parents met at a Rare Essence go-go. So had it not been for go-go, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. I probably would not be
here. You see how important go-go is to our city?
Yeah.
No, that's great. I cannot imagine.
Yeah, but it's definitely a staple in the community. It's definitely elevates all things, you know what I mean? And it's very, very powerful. People to underestimate where it came from. They really have not given go-go enough credit. And although it's grown to having the go-go radio, it's grown to having the go-go awards, it's grown to having, they're doing plays now and making the whole thing go-go, even though you could see it sometimes here and there on a national spectrum. It's still not one of those things. It's still one of DC's best kept secrets. You know what I mean? It's still people who can come to here and have never heard it ever and then fall in love with it. So it's an amazing genre of music. It's definitely our own. And like I said, if it wasn't for old Rare Essence, your girl wouldn't even be here right now. It wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it and how amazing they make it. It is one of those things like you could be having nothing going on, minding your business, be in your car. It could be the car next to you cranking, and y'all have to have a whole crank session. Y'all, I will roll down my window.
Yeah, you make a friend messing with go-go music.
That's right. You will have.
You make a whole new friend. Like, hey, you got that new backyard over there. Hey.
Yes, it turned into a crank session, and to go from where it was, whether people was down partying at the iBags to having PA Palace and all this other stuff to where it is now. Like, I'm very, very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. And since you shout out,
I'm proud of us for keeping that legacy.
Yeah. So I didn't fall in love with go-go until I was 13. Okay. And I could tell you
that when I was 13,
Northeast Groovers, oh my God. That's the band that made me fall in love with go-go. Now, mind you, I've heard go-go my whole life, but when I could say that I appreciated it, and when I was like soul, and when I was like, that's it, motherfucking Northeast Groovers. The original band members of Northeast Groovers.
Yeah, ready. Yeah, man.
That was 25 years ago. Telling my age. But that was it for me, though. Water dance.
All I can think of is just, man, I can think of so many memories stemming from go-go music. Like, I remember there was only times, like, before my mother knew how dangerous the go-go's were, that was the only time I could get out the house on Friday night or whenever. I would go to the go-go. I get like 2 or 3 cousins that I knew from the neighborhood to go with me. Oh, I was in there. I was going for the rest of the night. I'm spending the night with someone, so I was out, man, partying. I would have a ball. And my mom, because she knew that was the culture, she would let me go. She's very strict. My dad was one to let me party. My mom was very strict though. And I used to be supposed to come home for the street lights to come on. But I always somehow talked her into letting me go to the go-go's. And she didn't like go-go, but she always let me go. Like whether it was the Icon, what else did we have back in the day? Because Icon was out there. That was way out there. But then what else did we used to go to? Something Star. What was it? All Star? Something Star. It was a couple of events that we used to always go to. They used to go on functions, and we go to the functions.
Mm-hmm.
And I started going like to little mixers and stuff at school parties, and I started going into the actual go-go's, and I felt like I didn't care about the club, and when I could go to the club, I didn't care. Like I felt like I had made it once I got to the go-go's. If you was anybody, you was at the go-go. But I was just like, I made it to the go-go. I'm that girl. I'm that bitch. Yeah. So yeah, I got so many memories from go-go's. This is really exciting to me. I'm excited to see what they got going on. It's 10 o'clock. Am I supposed to shut up now?
It's okay.
Y'all know, I'm reminiscing and shit. They're like, okay, well, go home now.
Well, you guys, we have had a great time. Chuck, I missed you.
I miss you too. I've been in a dump, trying to do schoolwork and stuff, stressed out and all that stuff. I needed this. I needed some powwow time with my girls. I got to see Lucky in the beginning. Hey, Luck. But I got to see my girls, so that brightened up my week, and yeah, so I needed this.
Well, all right. Look, and we're going to make sure you get it again next week because we will be right back, you guys, next Wednesday, next hump day, of course, 9 to 10 p.m. Illustrate Radio, powered by Bliss FM. Make sure you follow each and every one of us. I'm pretty sure at least one of Lucky's things is Magical AF. I don't know the rest of them. You can follow me at the love below _ sex talk with T Gray. Miss Chocolate Barbie, where can they follow you
at the plug Pretty Best Friend. That's DAPLUG, Pretty Best Friend. Y'all know I don't never spell it all the way out, but you get the drift of what I'm saying. IG only.
You make sure you also follow our show at Illustrate Radio, at Illustrate _ Radio Show. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to have a lot of great stuff coming up for you guys, a lot of great topics. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yep. And T Gray, you thought I wasn't gonna slide it in there. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Saturday. Look at her page and get the information for her comedy show. This is her first event, y'all. I can't wait.
I'm putting on my first comedy show. It's going to be Sunday, 7 to 8:30 on Zoom. You do have to pre-register. No, so I had made a mistake. It's Sunday on the 24th. I had put Sunday and the 23rd. It was wrong, but I fixed it. So Sunday on the 24th, 7 to 8.
I've been every day.
You have to pre-register, and the pre-registration email is gettheselaughs@gmail.com. You send your info, I lock you in. It's going to be a dynamic show. I have Doug Bennett. If you guys have been watching us, y'all saw him on Illustrate last week, lighting this joint on up. Randy Sky, funny girl out of Atlanta, and then Baltimore's own comedian Alabama is the host at Baltimore Comedy Factory. Sits in on our show quite often. Very, very funny dude. So it's going to be a great show.
Yes. Can't wait.
Yes, yes. In the meantime, in between time, we see y'all next week.
We'll see y'all. Be safe. Wash your hands and your ass.
Bye.
See you.